What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Din and the D. Let's get into it. So, today's episode is about Aaron Glenn. Now, I originally posted that the Lions are going to win the NFC North, and it's really kind of hard to say that they wouldn't. Minnesota, I know when they lost Dalvin Cook, letting Zadarius Smith go, that I really kind of think that they were really the only contenders to win it, but I feel like they kind of downgraded when they let them go. Still don't understand why they even let Dalvin Cook go anyway. It'd be something if he was like losing production. You just didn't want to pay him, or you got somebody else on the roster. I don't really get it, but it makes sense to them. Also, got to apologize about my background. There's a lot going on over there, so we probably just gonna ignore that as best we can. But you know, I really just had a conversation with a guy. He was telling me about Aaron Glenn being the issue that Aaron Glenn is going to be the issue if the Lions lose.
Huh?
What made you want to say that? Because Aaron Glenn, for my personal opinion, like every offseason since he's been with the Lions, they've been trying to, you know, take this guy from the Lions and make him into a head coach in somewhere, some platform, or some organization. And last time I checked, you don't really do that with bums. Aaron Glenn has shown you that he is trying to develop a team into something better. Yes, let's even just go from the years. Like when you recently got in after Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn just completely just eradicated that roster, you got to look at what he was working with. Like your team was trash, and a lot of the players that were initially there when the team first came around are gone now. So you're starting to finally pick up the pieces, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, every week, this is one of the reasons why." Me being a Lions fan, I've been a Lions fan my entire life. But the one problem that I always have with people is they so quick to change. Like one week somebody could be doing bad and it's fire from. The next week they do good, like, oh, he's the heir apparent. Oh, he's gonna be there for like I hate that. Like it's so wishy-washy. Like that's one thing I always hate about Lions fans, really fans, period, is because they just roll with emotions. And me personally, I don't do that. If you have a bad season, you have a bad season. But if you have a bad career, then that's why I'm like, okay, you had a bad career. Matt Patricia, bad career. Bob Quinn, bad career. Jim Swartz, bad career. If they were to fire Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes this year, I would be shocked because I don't understand because you've seen that they're doing this, they're not doing this. Stuff I'm like, why would you replace him? Jim Caldwell, when Jim Caldwell got replaced, I still don't understand why you did that one because Jim Caldwell showed that he was making the team better, not worse. So for you to let him go, then to get Matt Patricia still confuses me. But that's neither here nor there. But back to the video. And they were just saying, is Aaron Glenn going to be the issue that, the Lions end up losing a lot of games? And I say no, because you finally have pieces where Aaron Glenn actually has talent around him. And then going back to even what everybody else said, even during the hard knocks thing, everybody that was with the Lions organization on the staff and has played in the NFL. So they know what it takes to get in there. The only thing that I say that Aaron Glenn and Dan Campbell need to prove on is decision making when it comes to things. Because the game when they played the Patriots, I'm not gonna let that go. They were out coached. It had nothing to do with talent, has nothing to do with that. Because if you look at the paper, like from the Lions and the Patriots, the Lions on paper should have won that game, but you were playing Bill Belichick, the best coach there is in the NFL. We can sit here and say Andy Reid, but Andy Reid versus Bill Belichick, I don't know. That's like a 1A, 1B thing. Really just got to go off what you think. But I just got to give it to Bill Belichick instead of Andy Reid's like a close second. But that's when it just comes to decision making when it comes to that. But that's something that people will learn over time. Even when they just had a thing reported from Sean Payton telling that Nathaniel Hackett, when he was with the Broncos, had a horrible and just disastrous year because not only the stuff that he did was crazy, but it was the decision, not the record. Everybody knows it was a bad record that the Broncos had a bad year. Everybody knows that at this point. He's saying you've had a bad decision making, and that's what made you a bad coach because you're not addressing the offensive line, making Russell Wilson run for his life when you know the game is out of reach and game is over. You just calling timeouts for no reason. For what? The game is over with. Even you're not going to get the ball back. It's like a minute left, and you calling timeout. You know you're not going to get the ball back. Even if you got the ball back, you're down 14 points with a minute left. Like, what do you think was going to happen there? Everybody knew it was over with. But then you kept, timeout, timeout, timeout. That wasn't good. You dragged on it. And so, to my personal thing, I was like, I don't see Aaron Glenn or Brad Holmes doing that. And this is what I keep saying: like, y'all coaching staff is going to get better. The coaching staff is going to get better this year. This year will be the make or break for a lot of people, because it's like, if y'all gonna get better, y'all gonna get worse. Because me personally, as I keep going through, you can go through every video that I had, the Lions are going to win the NFC North. But, and this is the thing that I even said in one of my videos. This is one of the things that I said that's going to happen with the Lions. And y'all can quote me on, you can do whatever you want to do. You can rewatch the video. Hell, I would love it to get my views up. But at the same time, this is one thing that I said. I know that the Lions are going to have a good year, and now people are not only going to go after the players that are with the Lions, people are going to dissect the coaching staff. So Aaron Glenn, I don't see staying much longer. Dan Campbell's still going to be there, but Aaron Glenn, they're going to try to snatch. Ben Johnson, they've been trying to take him. So you really just got to worry about losing, the scheme that you have, because a lot of the coaching staff, they're going to get pride out there because they're going to try to make them head coaches. And me personally, that's a good thing because you're moving up. But at the same time, I'm really curious to see what happens. I don't think Aaron Glenn is going to be the issue. I think that he's not going to do anything but get better. And now that he has talent around him, it's kind of hard to fail. But, I'm curious to know what everybody else thinks. But me personally, I think Aaron Glenn is going to do a much better job. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. They should just they gave him a chance. And I bet you right now, during this time, he's not going to squander it. He's going to be that person to take full advantage of it. He's going to go crazy in the league. And I just look forward to seeing it. I'm ready for him to play. I'm ready for the season start September 7th. NFC North champions, my Lions going against the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. My last video on my homeboy Biz, I said that the Lions are going to win. Everybody was like, you crazy, because Kansas City never loses a season opener, and the Kansas City Chiefs are not going to lose in Arrowhead Stadium. Like I said, if I said in that video before, losing every enemy, losing the offensive line, as well as losing weapons, it's really hard to see the Lions losing it. But at the same time, I'm not on that field. I'm just gonna be watching it from the TV, screaming at it to see if my Lions pull it off. But that's well, I signed out, man. If the Lions gonna have a losing season, or they gonna finally do something this time. That's really it, because I haven't won anything since 1993, so that's been really brutal. So are they going to end up winning, or are they end up gonna have it in a bad season and trying to rebuild? So what do y'all think, man? But I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all for doing another episode, D, man. I appreciate it. Much love to y'all again, man. Like, subscribe. Thank God Almighty, like, subscribe. Peace, y'all.